I just wanted to feel how good it is to be aligned. And I didn't realize I had a message today. And the message was, don't freak out. Just take a second, pause, and then come back. When you feel like everything is going wrong, when you feel like you don't know what is happening, you're had a long day at work, somebody at your job is driving you crazy, I don't even know, there's just so many different things that happen. Right now, there's someone outside of my door, my neighbor, and she like locked herself in her house or whatever, and she's just freaking out for like 25 minutes, and I'm just like, if we can figure out how to come back to ourselves, we can find the answers that we need when things are going essentially what we call wrong. Because if we do a couple steps, and I'm gonna lay out the steps here, it'll make it a lot easier for us to find solutions a lot faster instead of wasting so much time just freaking out about something that we feel is happening wrong in our lives. And I feel like sometimes the freak out session could even happen for months, to the point where all you can do is just say, I just don't want to deal with this, I'm tired of this, I'm sick of this. And every time you get home, you just say, I'm tired of this, I'm sick of this, I don't want to deal with this. That's a freak out session. Basically, Spirit is saying, relax. God is saying, relax. Whatever name you use to refer to as God, relax. Because you cannot develop solutions for your problems when you're in a state of, you just have to chill out. So, first step is breathe. Remember that you're alive. Remember that you're blessed. Remember that you're in the kingdom of God. Remember that you are a light being. Remember that you're chosen. Remember that you are the one. Then the second step is, you know what, before I go into the second step, let me give you an example of the first step. So something happens, right? It's very hard for us to come up with solutions if we do not get the first step down, which is take a second, truly pause. When you truly pause, it's almost as if you're stepping out of your body and you're astral projecting, you're looking down at yourself. You're actually looking at yourself as if you're somebody else. So when you truly pause, you look at your situation as if you had a homework assignment. And actually, you know what, if you need to, get a piece of paper and write some stuff down. Like, write it down, like, okay, I am, or she is this person in this situation. How do we get her to point from A to B? Just as if you would do some sort of math problem in school when you're like in 5th grade. All I'm saying is do whatever you need to do to remove yourself from the situation and think out. That allows you to be able to get to the point where you can think outside the box. So the second step is analyze the situation. Find all of the solutions that you can think of from everything that you've learned throughout your lifetime. So how do I solve this problem? What is my first option? Okay, I don't really like that option because it leads to this. So what's the second option? The second option I feel more comfortable with because so-and-so. Write it down. You got fired from your job and you're just freaking out. You're like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. You know, my life is over and I can't afford anything. Bills are coming up, everything's piling. Do the first step, remove yourself from the situation. And then the second step, come up with options. Think of your situation as if it's a game, because that's what life is. It wants you to treat everything as if it is a game that you have to figure out, just like chess or strategize. These are reflections. All of these games, all of these things that we play, Monopoly, they're just reflections of our lives. And if we start to put our lives in a board game, you'll start to have a lot more fun with it because you're thinking of, okay, how do I solve this problem? Woohoo, a new math problem for me. Okay, so that brings me to the third point. The third point is, like I said in the last video, we started talking about the difference between a choice and a decision. Make a decision, not a choice, make a decision. Okay, follow through with this for a period of time. If maybe it's applying for a job, that you did that, you analyzed everything, you did all the first couple of steps, and now you're making a decision to apply for this company. Don't just say, oh, well, I applied and now that's that, and you put your resume in, you're just saying, I'm gonna leave it to fate. No, call everyone that you can. Get on LinkedIn, find all of their contacts, true people, search them. I'm just saying you can make it happen if you truly believe in your decision. Not your choice, but your decision. There's a difference. There's a difference between a choice and a decision, okay? A decision is something you follow through all the way to the end. So that is what we're going to be doing, okay? We're going to be solving these problems, we're going to be figuring it out, and we're going to figure out how to develop a more positive way to effectively find solutions to our problems, effectively enter into the realm of challenge and possibility and things popping up that make us want to completely freak out. Think about solution-oriented reactions, okay? And that's going to require you to pause and actually think and use your mind, because your mind has so many ways to rationalize how things can go wrong. Why don't you use it to rationalize how things can go wrong? Ooh, that's a good idea. Ding! So let's do that from now on. That is all I want to share today, and I hope that it helps somebody. And just know, if you're freaking out right now, just start to see your life. There was a practice that I started doing a few years ago that helped me, oh my God, tremendously. Well, I started thinking of things as a joke. So almost to the point where I got so far to the point where I was just like, why would I even consider thinking like this of myself when I'm such an amazing person, when I'm loved by my family, when I'm treasured by so-and-so? Like, if you have to create and it has to be a fantasy, I don't care. Make it. Like, make it up. If you don't have nobody who loves you, make it up. Like, have your imaginary friends on lock. It's funny, isn't it? Because it's like, if you take everything too seriously, then life is just, it's not what it was meant to be in the first place. It's not supposed to be that serious. Here, you're supposed to have a good time. You're supposed to feel good. If you have studied Abraham Hicks' ideology, it's more so just an idea of follow what feels good. If it doesn't feel good, just get away. Like, if you're in a situation that's having you completely freak out and be so sad and depressed, go away from that situation. Go to the park, relax, sit by the water, dream a little bit. But whatever you do, just remember who you are. You are a chosen vessel designed for excitement. So sometimes that excitement can be a really crazy challenge that kind of has you in a bind. You're like, oh my God, I can't believe I got here. But the good thing is that you wouldn't be given problems if you couldn't handle them. In this lifetime, we're only given problems that are the highest, most divine spirit, God, knows that we can handle. So it's a privilege when you do get more challenging and difficult problems solve in this life. Think of it as like an honor. Like, oh my God, God literally loves me this much to the point where God believes that I can handle this. Wow, I feel like I've elevated to a point where, my goodness, this is a great test. Well, thank you. You believe I'm ready for a test? Have you ever had your teachers and they're like, oh, it's time for a test? That's because the teacher feels like you're ready. So pass the test. So that was a word. Okay, I gotta go. I need to have some alone time to thank God for this word. Wow. Life is great. I got a headache because I didn't drink enough water. That's why my lips are so chapped. So I'm gonna go drink some water. I'll be back, y'all.